What up, G?
What up, H?
What's going on, bro?
It's all good, man.
Yeah, man. Dude, it feels like I haven't seen you for a long time.
And actually, dude, I was actually thinking that this whole week. When last did I see you? Actually,
It's been a while, eh?
it's been a minute.
Things have been going on.
But dude, like, it's just
It's been a rough past couple of weeks, you know.
bad. You have to put in the work.
Yeah, true. And in the last couple of weeks, lost a few people that were very close.
Yeah,
RIP,
like-
RIP Tseho, justice for Tseho, by the way, on that one. Keeping close tabs on that one. RIP Tseho that we, you know, buried this past weekend. Where we at, bro?
34. That's right. You can't argue with this one. I've practiced.
So you finally got it right. It took you 34 episodes to get it right.
Bro.
Yo.
Bro, episode 34.
Okay. And where are we?
Today, we are at DBF, Dream Body Fitness.
Dream Body Fitness
In
in
Sunninghill.
Sunninghill. Our guest for the day on the Entrepreneur Spotlight is the man. I'm sure you've seen him before. You must have seen him before.
He's very hard to miss.
You can't miss him. So you've either seen the billboard, you've seen him somewhere, you know, in the social spaces. Let's get to know a little bit about the founder of Dream Body Fitness, Steve Mululu, and I think it's going to be a great episode. How's it, Steve?
Good, man.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
The big man behind the big house.
So we finally managed to get you onto an episode, Steve. Thank you for making time to sit with us and have a chat with us today. Introduce yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about who Steve is and, you know, a bit of the history. Yeah.
But I think that's one of the most common questions I try to avoid. I'm Steve Mululu. I was born in Kenya. I come from a very big family. My father has got 4 wives.
Okay.
And each of the wives, I think there's only one verse my dad read in the Bible.
Yeah.
Procreate. He's made sure that each of my mothers has got 15 kids. So in total, we've got 60 kids. So my upbringing has a lot to do with my life.
Yeah.
One, from coming from a very big life,
Yeah.
a very big background and a big family. It means you don't see your brothers as brothers, you see your brothers as competitors.
Oh, I
So
see.
you'll find constantly we had to compete for food, we had to compete for a place to sleep, we had to compete for affection,
Yeah.
we had to compete, and that's always been like that. So at a very young age, it's one of those, if you're 5 minutes late to come to dinner, the food is gone. If you're late coming back home, it means your sleeping spot is gone. So so because of that mindset, and my dad comes from the old generation
Yeah.
where education wasn't a big thing. It's purely, his wealth was purely determined by the number of hands that is going to work the farm. And I think that's why he had a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So my future and my career path was very clear cut from his perspective.
Oh, I see.
I'm a man, or I'm a boy, and my job is I grow up and start working straight on the farm. Of
Yeah.
course, I work on the farms, and there are a lot of things that I learned from my beginning.
Sure.
But from a future career trajectory, I had very totally different ideas from his. He wanted that, I tried that, it didn't really work for me. So I left home at a very young age. I left home at 16 from the village. Like any young man, the city lies cold.
Yeah,
I wanted a better life in the city. And when I got into the city, I realized that those spotlights cannot be on you unless you have something to offer. Now, for you to make it in the city, of course, you have to be educated.
Sure.
It's simply a case of what skills are you bringing
Sure.
to the environment for you to be paid for.
Yeah.
Now, going there, because of my background, it automatically means I could only use my hands.
Yeah.
So either I had to do manual labor, and I remember the first job that I was sent to was purely to go work at what we call Kenyan Zero Board.
Okay.
And that's purely to be off as an offloader. So when the trucks bring in a cereal, it's mine to use my back and take it and load them in the storage.
So it was actual physical work.
Physical work.
Yeah. Okay.
And I remember walking in there and looking at guys that were so stooped to a point where their face was touching the ground. And I remember asking one old guy, how long have you been here? And the guy told me I've been here for 40 years. And at that point, I saw my future. and I just walked out. I knew if I start doing this,
you'll never be able to
I'll never get out of this, because all I've done is that getting me. This is my future. The way this guy is here is stuck. Now, what was my options? My options was the only thing that I had that I could use. You always use the tools that you
Sure, yes.
An accountant uses numbers.
Yes.
A doctor uses a stethoscope.
Sure.
What I had was my physical strength.
Sure.
So what did I do? Because I was living in one of the toughest areas there, one of the slums.
Yeah.
I started boxing.
Okay.
So boxing became my easiest way out, and that's how I ended up getting into fitness. And why did I get into fitness? It was the only avenue for me that was an even playing field. It didn't really matter how educated you are, or how rich you are. When people are sweating, the sweat is the same as your goal is the same.
Absolutely.
So this gave me an in in terms of being access to people that I can aspire to be like.
Sure.
And for the first time, it gave me that vision of kind of life that I can get in terms of using. So for me, I use fitness purely as a platform to achieve what kind of dreams that I've had for myself.
You moved into fitness. Like how did that actual official change happen into the, I guess the career part of it?
Because it started with boxing.
I would say my path was very clearly cut by my background.
Okay.
There's no way, I've never envisioned myself doing a 9 to 5 in an office.
Sure.
I've never had skills for the office.
Yeah.
I mean, if we talk, and we're talking here, we're talking about black people.
Yeah.
When we go to school, our careers are very clear cut. You're either going in there to be a teacher, you're going there to be a policeman, you're going there to be a doctor,
or a lawyer,
so any of those.
Yeah.
So if I look at those things and I look at my background, I never looked at those things.
Sure.
Because I knew that door is completely...
it's not
non-existent. It doesn't. So my path were very easy. What is it that I can do with my hands? So of course, boxing was one of those things.
Yes.
Fitness, in terms of fitness, it's one of those things that I self-educate.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I could go in and you could have people's ears if you make sense purely based on what that, whatever their problem is.
Sure.
And I realized that as much as people tell us that love makes the world go round, it's a damn big lie. Problems make the world go round.
Sure.
If you come up with solutions, then you start changing the world. Why? Where there's human beings, there's problems.
Sure.
So you always, and this is a universal problem.
There's no problem-free environment.
No, it doesn't. Where there's a human being, there's problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So mine is to go in there and find out what is the problem here and how do I bring solution to that. And that has always been my way of looking at things. What is the lowest entry barrier to bring a solution to the problems this society has?
Sure. That's actually quite a powerful way to think about it. And then so with your journey then into the fitness side of things, did you then work as a trainer or a personal trainer, or how did that journey lead from moving from boxing or looking at fitness or the problems of fitness to what we see here today?
Progression.
Okay.
I mean, my belief is as human beings we self-evolution.
Yes.
Your job is to always become the best version of yourself, and becoming the best version of yourself simply means one thing: you have to become a student for life. Whatever it is or wherever you are at this point, are you the best version of yourself? Of course you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
So if you're not the best version of yourself, then it means you have to compete and beat yourself every day.
And you're only fighting against yourself.
Forget yourself. Forget everybody else. Now, look at the marketplace that we are in. Things are changing so fast. So fast. So the only way you're going to be able to stay relevant, you consistently have to keep on writing yourself off. Because if you don't, somebody else will.
Sure.
There is somebody else. Right now, Henry, right now, Gabriel, one of the things that you understand, out there, there's another Henry, there's another Gabriel. As we're sitting here, he's upgrading himself, he's increasing his knowledge base, he's eating better, he's training better. The day you and him meet, one of you is going to lose. It's either going to be you or him. And what I keep on telling myself every day, this team is not going to lose.
It's not going to lose to
that team. So every day,
Yeah.
I have to be hard on myself. And if I'm hard on myself, life is easy. But if I'm easy on myself, life is constantly hard.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that?
Everything that you're saying is not even just a fitness or nutrition thing per se. It's a life thing.
Yeah.
It's about the evolution and progress of individual self.
That's it. I think real growth for me comes from questioning everything you've been taught. Because you have to understand from the day you came out of your mother's womb, there's somebody trying to indoctrinate you. And there's always somebody always trying to talk to the smaller you, not the big you.
Of course.
And what people call you is what comes out. So it's your job to keep on calling out the bigger you.
Yeah.
Because society doesn't want the bigger you. The bigger you is not easy to control.
Yeah.
The bigger you, the bigger
It's
you.
intimidating. Yeah.
It's intimidating
Yeah.
to them. So yours is always to call out the greatness in you, and the greatness cannot come from the smaller you. So doubting and questioning everything that society has told you, and one of the things that society has told us, which I used to believe before and got me in a lot of problems, is that life is simply pursuit of happiness. It's a damn lie. Life is painful.
Yeah.
Life is pain. Every single thing in life is pain. The minute you understand that life is pain, and pursuit of happiness is more the rare than is more the exception than the norm, then life changes. If happiness comes my way, take it. But I'm not chasing.
So it's not, and it's not an expectation.
I'm not chasing happiness. I know life is hard.
Sure.
And every single time that any kind of whoever you want to become or anything that you want in life is always behind pain. You have to go through that pain. But because they tell us it's pursuit of happiness, what are we doing? We're running away from pain constantly. And running away from pain constantly, it means you're not growing. Because in life, there's no neutral here. You're either advancing or retreating.
You always say
There's no standing still. If you're standing still, it means you're going
back.
progress will
But if you're going to go forward, it means you have to go through that obstacle. And that obstacle is painful.
Yeah.
So we have to
So
change.
we're consistently in a state of pain and growing.
and progress.
Ask yourself every single day. Any day that you've not been inconvenienced is a day you've wasted. So when you look at, you have to get out of bed in the morning and ask yourself, what pain am I going to cause myself today? Because if you don't, somebody else will cause you the pain. And when people cause you the pain, it becomes suffering. Because it's out of your control. It's out of your control.
Yeah.
So look like your journey coming to the gym. It's painful for you to deny yourself the bad foods. Come here, take time, go through the pain, take the time to shower. It's painful.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
there's the weaker self in the end.
the pain that comes with it, you have no control. You become diabetic, you've got high blood pressure, your joints you can't do that. Now that becomes suffering.
It's suffering.
Because now you're being forced in terms of you're being forced to take that better medicine that society is prescribed to you. Yeah.
Speaking about pain, how did the house of pain that's been used?
This is what I call it. So I don't know whether I've actually mentioned it to you.
Yeah.
I call this my house of pain.
Yeah.
When I talk to Vusi or people that I gym with, and I say, guys, I'm heading to the house of pain, or you'll find me at the house of pain.
Yeah.
And it's literally what I've ended up calling this place.
Not knowing that this is your philosophy.
No, rightly so. Rightly so. Now, Dream Body Fitness was on my car 5 years even before the gym. It was a dream I had before we started here. We had that, had the website on there, had printed the t-shirts. So initially, people were calling me Mr. Dream Body Fitness while I was still working in the gym as a trainer. And why did I have it on that car? Because you can never be what you've never seen. So every single time I left the car and I saw it on there, most of us, we give up on our dreams because your dreams are hard.
Yes.
So, but every time I had it there and people are asking me, is this a gym? Where is it? Of course I had to lie. I had to lie where the gym is.
But you seeing it in your mind.
And the more you lie,
he was creating it.
the more I kept on prophesizing and lying to people. I was lying to them, and in the beginning I was lying to them and myself.
But it became a seed.
But eventually the lie became real.
Yes.
Constantly when people started asking me, and when can we see it? When are we coming there? I realized, sure. I'm putting myself in a corner.
You actually have to do something.
And that's how we got here. Now the journey here, the short and the long of the story is, I was still doing personal training, and this place, I was looking for a place to start a gym. This place was empty.
Yeah.
I came in here and I spoke to the landlord. The landlord straight away had her conditions. Number one, I had to put down a deposit for 3 months, which at that point I didn't have. She wanted 250K.
Sure.
Number two, I had never run a business before. The other big obstacle here is equipment. Equipment costs £5. And at that point, the terms were 50% on order, 50% on delivery. Delivery is 6 to 12 weeks. Come on, I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
forget that, the full 5 million.
Well, I'm not gonna get that. Yeah. So coming here, talking to the landlord, and I used to come in from work in my personal training uniform. I think she looks at you. And there was a gym here before. She had been banned.
Yes.
So and this used to be one of the bigger chains.
Yes.
So in her mind, it was if a big chain can fail here,
how are you going
to do that? So it was more.
Sure.
Now, while I was talking to her, I was talking also to the equipment supplier in South Africa here.
Yeah.
Now, when I went to him, one of the differentiating factors here is I didn't want a gym that looks like your big clubs.
Okay.
Because Techno Gym, they use Techno Gym at all the 2 big clubs, right? So I wanted something different. When you walk in here, I didn't want it to be a miniature of the big gym.
Yes.
And one of the differentiating factors of the equipment.
Yeah.
So I looked around and I found Techno Gym is the biggest here, but the biggest brand in Europe was Life Fitness.
Yes.
So I went to the local Life Fitness people, but they were doing more domestic.
Or home setups.
Home setups than those.
Yeah.
But also, he told me 50% on deposit, 50% on delivery. 3 months, man, you know. This is money I've only seen in movies, or you know, your mind can't think that big.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you know what? I decided this guy is not going to help me. So what did I do? I started writing an email every Monday evening to the American International Sales Director.
Sure.
Now I never wrote it on Sunday or Saturday because most people email boxes are jam-packed on Monday.
Yeah.
So mine will be junk, they won't read it. But Tuesday is always less email statistically.
Yes.
If you look at
of course. Because they've dealt with everything from the weekend. It's taking the beginning of the new week.
And the new work starts rolling in.
So I decided for 7 weeks I was sending an email every Monday. I mean, opening Tuesday. 1 week, 2 weeks, nothing happens. But you know what? Persistence. One day I got a response. And then I told him, I sold him the landscape. Because if you look at South Africa has the highest gym going population.
I read that. I read an article saying that it also has the largest amount of profitable gyms. The gym businesses are the highest in the world.
In the world.
It's it's the actual entire planet.
You have some clubs here that access up to 15,000 people a day. You know, so I gave this guy those statistics and I showed him out of a population of 55 million people, how many people do you think go to gym? We don't even have 10%.
Yeah.
We only have 2% gym goers in South Africa. So what will happen if we reach the 10% threshold? It won't. We won't have enough gyms, we won't have enough trainers, we won't have enough facilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he got into this idea. Then one day, miracles happen.
Yeah.
They still happen.
Yeah.
I get a call. He's coming to South Africa on a business call. He would like to meet me if I have time. I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? I'll make time.
I've got all the time. So I met this guy. I brought him here. I showed him there. I drew that picture.
You sold him the dream, your dream.
I sold him the dream in picture.
Yeah.
Not in black and white.
Yeah.
In picture. I said, I need one favor from you.
Yeah.
He said, what? I need to go introduce you to the landlord, but I need you to do me one favor. I need you to send you my business partner.
Yeah.
That's all I need from you. He says, why? Because with your business acumenship and your American accent,
it's going to sell.
I need you to transfer your trust to me, to the landlord. So we went to the landlord and I introduced him. I told him that, and you know what? Things changed. I'm looking at this. Of course, she bought into this story, and we agreed that it's going to give me favorable payment terms, and they lowered the entry barrier, and voila, that's how we got where we are.
Don't you feel like, even with like, because you said you had the labels and everything, and you, as you created that dream, I believe a lot in the law of attraction and bringing things toward yourself. You almost literally molded this whole dream from the ground up.
My belief is one, Henry.
Yeah.
If you're so steadfast in your dreams, the universe has been created in your favor. The universe will always conspire for you to succeed. The problem is, and I think, as most of us, because to bring your dream, I mean, the 3 stages your dream comes to life. One, you have to think it.
Sure.
2, you have to either speak it or write it. And 3, then the thing comes out. It's a 3-stage space. But because in most cases, you don't hold on to your thought for so long, because the reality is hard. You don't physically right now, you don't have the money.
And you let it go.
You don't have the money, and the people around you don't believe in you. You know, the more there are no worse people to share in your dream than the people around you. One, especially your family, because your family have been, most of them have never achieved much. And to protect you from the disappointment of pain or failure, they always tell you, it's not going to grow up.
But they hold you to the insecurity.
They judge you. They judge you purely based on their reality. They don't. And that's why I always say, you should always, your face, your smile, should always be an expression of your past, and your future, which is your dream, should always be in your heart. People should only see it when it's happening. But if you keep on, depending who you talk to about your dream, they will shut you down. Because if they keep on, and especially for us men, as strong as people think we are, we have a very fragile ego. A woman in your life has the ability to either make you or break you by looking at you and saying, that's it. Just it. I told you. That's it. That's all. Yeah. That's all. That's all you need. A woman has the power to make the man, give the man enough wings to fly. But most of our women haven't been taught how powerful their words is. A woman should always talk to the bigger man in you. A woman should always be your encourager. Your woman should be somebody you go to when you've been beaten by life, and she does this. It's a bad day.
Get up tomorrow, we try
to sleep, go to gym tomorrow. That's all you need.
Easy, go to gym, we'll continue.
Tomorrow. Today is, that's it.
We write off today as a bad day and we try again tomorrow. And we go harder.
But our women haven't been taught that. And I don't blame them, because a woman focuses purely on survival. You know, she worries, if he doesn't do this, well, how will my kids survive? They're gonna be kicked out. That's the way she's been.
So they're programmed almost to be completely protective, and their protective default will always go to a safe place.
And so my advice to guys always, never share your crazy big dreams with your wife. Never. Not because of anything else, but like a man, you would have to shield her from some of those stresses. People will always know how big a man is when you're not there. And then they realize, when you're busy hugging them, when they check afterwards, they realize how many nerves are in your back. It's a man's job. You have to do that. And that's what business teaches you. Business for me is purely, it's like romance. Business is like seducing a woman. It will taste you to see. It will taste you to see how much in love you are. And that's why it keeps on throwing obstacles your way. But like most of us, because we want a quick fix and a quick kiss
and a quick solution,
we give up.
Either we give up and we move on,
or we want something else.
Exactly. Everybody watching this will get so much out of this, because as everything you say is about life itself. The one thing I just wanted to touch on about specifically Dream Body Fitness and how it's different. So before I came to this gym, I had 3 gym contracts. And in those 3 gym contracts, I probably went to gym a total of 3 months. And for the first time here, I had a completely different mindset to what fitness was. And the idea of the business you built here, and the concept of giving everybody the assistance they need in the beginning without per se an extra charge from a personal trainer setup, I really think is probably one of the best concepts of a gym that I've ever been to. I now have been a member of your gym for 2 years and I'm still going strong. And I think it's just because of the mindset of the way you've done this, and it also feels like it's home as well. It really does feel like it's a very personal thing here. So was that something that you had conceptualized initially, or did it just happen?
To come to gym, most people try use willpower to lose weight and eat right. But I always say your why power is more important than willpower. The minute you relate this to, when people come here, this is not a physical journey for them. We have to find out the why. So you've got to always start with the end in mind. If you're 10 kilos lighter, now how will that change your life? And if you don't achieve that end game, what are the consequences of the life you're living? Or in other words, you have to ask yourself, you being who you are right now, what is it stealing from you? You've got to always believe that you're not here to find yourself. You're here to create yourself. There was this king that had 4 wives. His young wife was the most beautiful woman that anybody's ever seen, and he used to take her everywhere and to expose her to his friends. Then one day he was on his deathbed, and he called and said, I love you. I bought everything that money can buy for you. I want you to go. I want you to come with me to the grave. She said, hey, I love you, man. You've treated me well, but hell no, life is good. He called his third wife. He said, honey, and this one shows the woman that he had spent as much money materially, and everybody knew her. She said, no. You're a good husband, a good man. I like your brother. When you die, I'm gonna marry you. Sure. He called his second wife and he said, I wanna go with you. She said, I will give you the best funeral. That's it.
But she's not going with you.
And then when he had disappointed, he had a very feeble voice. From nowhere he said, I'll go with you. He didn't recognize the voice. He looked around, who is this? When he looked, he saw this thin, old-looking, emaciated, dirty woman saying that he'll go with him. He looked at her again, he realized that was his first wife. She said, I love you, I'll go with you. Now, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story, it tells us, the young wife, the beautiful wife, are all these material things that we buy. You know, our cars, our jobs, and all those things are good in this world. Go out there, achieve as much as you want, but you want to leave everything here. The fourth wife there is purely this body. We look after this body, we take care of it, eat well, exercise, because if this body is broken, the spirit dies. Look after it, but this body is going to be left here. From dust we came, from dust we go. The second wife here is your friends and relatives. Spend time with them, love them, but they'll only walk with you up to the grave. While they're throwing the last soil on you, they're busy on their phones asking their friends, where are we meeting for a drink? You're so true. When you see them on their phone, life goes on for them. The first wife that said, I'll go with you, you have to understand that's your spirit. Sure. That's what you're going to take. But most of us neglect our spiritual growth. We don't. And that's why you find we have all the trappings of success. We have the cars, we've got the homes, the bank accounts, we've got nice bodies, but we're not happy. Because we haven't invested a lot in the spirit. This is not a physical journey. This is a spiritual journey.
Thank you so very much for your time. Thank you for sharing so many, I think the stories that you've sent, and even just the knowledge that you've passed on and shared to us, really settles and sits and sort of makes you think about things a little differently. So to all the people out there, that you heard the man, choose your spiritual journey, look for the bigger you, stop fighting to be the smaller version of yourself. Go through the pain and live through it, but make those decisions for you, not for anybody else, for you and your spirit. Mr. Mululu, thank you very, very much. Thank you for joining us for the show. It has been an absolute pleasure. I think watching this episode again, I think I need to sit with a notepad and all of that. stuff. So, but again, thank you very much, Steve, for your time. We will put Steve's details in the description for the gym, and we'll also share all of your social media platforms and links that you have there. People will be able to get a hold of the business, or get a hold of you. You can come meet the man himself. He's always here. If you want a little bit of a jolt to keep you going in the right way, he's got you. Alright guys, so that's episode 34. You know what to do. Like, follow, subscribe, share. Guys, I'm sure there's somebody you know who needs to hear what Steve just said today. So very important. And that's alright. Steve had to leave quickly. As you've been watching, he's still with us in spirit. So so find your spirit, guys. Oh, dude, like I'm actually mind blown from this.
Like guys, that episode was so inspirational. Hearing his story and meeting him face to face, and then seeing what he's built.
Dude,
my goodness.
But it doesn't also give you like a real, like a concept of what you're doing. Dude, like, you know what, I think we need some time to process this episode.
I need to sit with my spirit.
Yeah, sit, Joe.
Dude,
get one.
Inspiration.
Here's to better versions of us. Here's to the bigger versions of us. 1 deuce.
2 deuce.
Double deuces.
We out.